go back to live pictures of the Syria donor conference that is due to begin in London in the next sort of half an hour or so. World leaders gathering. They're trying to raise up to $9 billion. That's the aim for those affected by the war in Syria. And Shamim was giving us a sense there of how badly that money is needed. Well, 70 leaders are going to gather together at this conference. It's the fourth conference of its kind. But in the past, they have struggled to raise the amount of money they've wanted to raise. And this is obviously hours before the Syrian peace talks were suspended late last night. So Well, I believe we do have Hannah Hoexter now. She is joining us from the donor conference in London. And Hannah, let me start with those Syrian peace talks. I mean, how much are they likely to dominate today's conference?
Yes, and certainly the collapse or certainly the end for the first stage or the delay in the peace talks is certainly affecting morale here. But let's not forget, I mean, we know that UN mediators had put so much emphasis on at least trying to work out a solution to end the conflict. That was what was been going on in Geneva. The moment those are stalled. But this donors conference was planned a while ago, essentially to focus on the urgent humanitarian need that's still going on in Syria. I mean, with Syria, we're now in the 5th year of conflict. We know that 250,000 people have lost their lives. 13.5 million Syrians are still in urgent need, internally displaced as well. And we now know that 4.6 million Syrian refugees. So there's a huge humanitarian need, certainly. And that's what many donors are gathering here in London to at least to target here.
So what exactly is the aim of this conference? They want to raise money. And what happens with that money? Where exactly does it go?
Yes, so the aim is they want $9 billion pledged. Now, the immediate money would go, for example, towards food, shelter, protection for all these refugees, but also, for example, an aid for these host nations as well that are really looking after them. So they're also looking to focus as well on, for example, the countries, the refugees and the host countries who are currently in limbo. So, for example, for the refugees, they need to really focus on education. And also, given the conflict now is in its 5th year, need to work out how, for example, for these refugees to be able to work as well, so that they can have access to be able to actually earn their own money, potentially to make them able to actually live a little bit, because obviously their lives have been put completely on hold since this conflict started.
Okay, Hannah, many thanks for that. Hannah Hoexter joining us there outside the meeting where the Syria donor conference is going to be taking place throughout the morning, and we'll have lots more on that throughout the day.